What's up, guys? Larry here, getting ready for a big back day here at Los Campeones in Eden Prairie. Usually I'll go to the Ultra Black location, but they don't allow filming there, and I wanted to film today's workout. Just bits and pieces to illustrate how your back workout should go in the winter time leading up to spring. So even if you're not a competitor, if you're just a general population type of person, what I need you to keep in mind is that your training should always be phasic and enjoyable. That's the main thing. As long as they're enjoyable, that's good. But you should probably approach it in phases. So now that we're here in the winter time or approaching winter time, there shouldn't be a whole lot of reason for being in prime condition unless you're trying to compete in early spring, late winter. So basically, if you don't have a show coming up in March and April, there's no reason to be super lean, but within reason. And then also, you should probably use a little bit more heavier weights right now in this phase, just to get stronger, be strong, and put on some size, right? So, a couple of things with back training. You've heard me in the past say you need to use movements that you can brace against and not for, like a chest supported row. We'll use a chest supported row today, but the main thing about back is that you have to use movements that you have to brace for. So pulling from the floor, any type of free weight rowing, those are things that you have to brace for. Those are things that sometimes you may have to put a belt on for. So I want you guys to understand that you'll have to do those movements in order to put the mass on, or in order to develop a body part that is difficult to pull, that is difficult to link mentally with. So there's that as well. Volume. I am personally a moderate to high volume type of guy. That's not saying low volume doesn't work, but the frequency has to be there as well, and that's another conversation in and of itself. But with a lot of back workouts that I'm seeing these days, it's low volume, and I don't think that's necessarily the way for body parts that could take a lot of work. And they're strong, but again, you got to take a lot of work. You'll learn how to work long before you learn how to work hard. So if you don't know how to work hard in the gym, then you working a little bit longer is going to help you connect with that muscle better, because you'll be putting it under more stress. You'll be putting it under more repetition. So then you can sit back and say, okay, maybe I don't need 4 sets, maybe I need 3. And then you'll eventually go, maybe I don't need those 3 sets, maybe I just need 2 and 1 back off, or just 1 period. So you have to learn how to develop that mind-muscle connection if you don't have it straight away. But if you're addicted to the pump like me, if you like a lot of blood in the muscle, then volume training is a way to go. So volume in this workout is going to be key. So we're going to keep it up around about 15 to 20 or so sets, and just really fill that back up with blood. Push muscle growth via volume. Have moderate to heavy weight in some movements, because there's going to be some movements that have lower repetition schemes, and then we'll go from there. So that's today's back training in a nutshell. I'll explain a little bit more in the video, but also today, this is probably my most favorite day of the week because I love training back. I've been doing chin-ups since I was in grade school, so that's something I'm excited to be able to do, even though it's in lower repetition range, because old man has shoulder issues right now, and they probably need to be worked on. But I'm excited to get back to that. So enough talk. Let's get to it, and then we got to get on the cardio for about 30-40 minutes, because again, if you didn't know, I'm also in kind of a recomp phase. So hitting the cardio, I'm getting the meals in, and you know, I'm just trying to shave off the dad bod that I've since developed over the past few, or really damn near over the past year. So I'm working on that, and we're just gonna work hard and have fun. So let's get to it. Okay, a couple of key points with this back workout. I wanted to start with chin-ups because that's something that I have not done in a very long while, and obviously my strength is down because of that. So starting out with chin-ups, if you're not doing them, is a great way to warm up your upper back region for the impending work that's going to be happening in your back workout. I know that Lee Haney liked to do a lot of these, but he warmed up with lat pull downs. I did one set preceding this that I didn't show. But again, I'm trying to increase my performance on it, so my reps are kind of low right now. But the goal is to get to around about 15, 20 continuous with no stopping. So that's going to take a while and it's going to take consistent effort. But if you can start your workout with chins, I encourage you to do so. I think it's a great top to bottom movement. And that adds in, when you add in a lot of rows, that's a great foundation for building a very, very good back. So key points to remember with back training: elbow positioning is one of the big things that I like to emphasize. Trying to keep my best to keep the elbow straight back. Sometimes you'll see in this movement I keep it out a little bit to hit the upper back a little bit more. But with that being said, elbow position is everything. So I want you guys to always understand that you kind of want to keep that elbow pointed to your hip in every movement that you do. You don't want to keep it out if you're trying to hit the lat. Even though this doesn't hit the lat exclusively, the lat is still catching. It's still getting a big part of the work that's going on. It's still catching it, the weight. So that's something that I want you guys to keep in mind, is that you want to keep that elbow pointed down and back toward your hip area and not necessarily out. Now, if you have it out, it's not the end of the world. You're still getting plenty of back stimulation, but it shifts from majority lat to upper back. As you can see, my elbow is coming out a little bit, so probably I should have put that back leg forward a little bit just to be able to catch that lat a bit more. So I want you all to keep in mind that that's what's going on when you're doing a row. All right, speaking about movements that we have to brace for, back is one of those body parts where you just can't avoid it. So here I am doing these bent over rows with the Arsenal Strength plate loaded row. At this point in the workout, I'm not worried necessarily about double digit reps. I'm just trying to get the work in, and I just want to get some good volume. And if the reps are a little bit lower, that's fine. This is the third movement for back, so I'm pretty surprised that they're like that for a compound exercise. The strength will come, but nothing I need to worry about right now. So here's the fun part of the workout, and then the finishing touches basically of it is the cluster set. And I'm doing 2 cluster sets, but I'm doing 2 different movements. The first movement is with the Arsenal Strength chest supported plate loaded row. This is a new piece that we just got in at the gym, and I nickname it Big Bertha Part 2. The Arsenal Strength leg press is Big Bertha 1, and this is his cousin. So if you've never been able to use this machine, it's a good chest supported row, but man, it gets heavy real fast, and that's why I only have 25s on here to do this cluster set muscle round style, aka something that Dr. Scott Stevenson developed. So I'm doing 6 mini sets with 4 reps. Basically, I could do 12 reps with this weight, so I'm just doing little mini sets just to try to fully exhaust the muscle. And I hit failure on that 3rd rep for this last set, so I failed right around where I needed to. And the same thing for seated rows. I picked a manageable weight, something I could do for about 12 to 15 reps, and I just did 6 sets of 4 with it. So this was a good way to finish off the workout. Didn't have to do anything crazy like that. However, if you don't use muscle rounds, it's something, or cluster sets for that matter, is something that I highly advise. So that will actually put on a lot of muscle if you place it correctly within your workout. So again, as you can see, I got the elbows going back towards the hip. I don't have them going out, hitting the upper back. And that's basically what you want to keep in mind when you're doing back training. It's simple, but it's complicated at the same time because a lot of people don't have that mind-muscle connection with their back. So my challenge to you guys is to find that mind-muscle connection and to work it and put it under intense load, intense volume, and just keep working really hard. And then over time, you'll be able to build a back that you are proud of. And that is today's workout. If you can't tell, I'm on the step mill. Got it at level 4 right now. Just warming up. I'm gonna do about 30 minutes. Slowly increase it as the weeks go on. Try to max out at 50 to an hour post-workout. But that remains to be seen. So we'll see. But that is today's back workout. A lot of rowing. Again, you have to have periods where you're putting on mass, and row movements help accomplish that. Pull downs do too. But I didn't want to spend too much time on those. And seeing that generally I start off every workout with pull downs, starting off with chins and then going into one arm rows. It was a bit of a change of pace. So I should be feeling that tomorrow, maybe even later today. Volume was a little up there. The cluster sets really helped to push that volume up there to where I thought the muscle felt like it was about to pop. So that felt good too. Now, if you're gonna replicate a workout like this, keep your weights manageable. Select movements based on what part of the back you wanna hit. So if you're doing more upper back, more overhand movements, more lat, more neutral underhand grip movements. So that's pretty simple. A lot of people will disagree with me, but I really don't care, fuck them. So, but I bid you all farewell. Founders Day for Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated is tomorrow. May film an arm workout, may not, but we'll see how that goes. But I'll do something. I ain't setting out no hops though. I'm too old and my knees hurt. So, y'all have a good one. Like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.